Tell the EU to get stuffed on this issue. But Minister, last year your government sought to introduce censorship laws under the guise of hate speech legislation. You sought to essentially assert yourselves as the government, as the arbitrator in terms of what is hate and what is not. And recently the European Commission warned Ireland that we are outside the laws in terms of hate speech legislation. And Taoiseach Micheál Martin recently told an NGO that we will be working on this issue and that we must be within the European framework. Minister, this is hugely concerning to the people across Ireland. You were out of step with public opinion last year, and you were brought kicking and screaming into reducing or sidelining that part of the legislation. And now the European Union seek to introduce this again. And I'm calling on the government to tell the EU to get stuffed on this issue. We need to ensure that we have civil liberties, freedom of speech in relation to this, because recently, Minister, and this is important because this is important for everyone. Freedom of speech is important for everyone. Recently in Germany, pro-Palestinian protesters were dispersed with water cannons and batons under the guise of spreading hate. Indeed, in the Netherlands as well, students were voicing their opposition in relation to what was happening in Gaza, to the poor people of Gaza, and those people were labelled as inciting hate as well. So, Minister, this is not just for the far right, the far left, but this is for everyone, and it's really, really important that we write back to the European Union and we tell them that we will not be introducing censorship laws in Ireland.
I am very much an advocate for free speech, but having a law that says that you cannot use your power and your right to speak freely to incite hatred against certain groups is not a restriction on free speech that I think is unwarranted. And listening to Deputy Laws, you would think that there were... I tell you what, Deputy Law, and you're quite right, it didn't pass in the last Oireachtas, and I welcome the fact that the Taoiseach has said the government is going to work to reintroduce legislation like that, because as you say, we are outside the norms of the European Union.